Yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Light. Okay. So before I show you the really good stuff, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's bad. The game is laggy. On. I think. No? I'm not used to having such a stream delay. It's gonna take some time getting used to. But it seems to be working properly, so that's all that matters. Anyway, before I show you all the good stuff, I gotta show you where it all started. I've been working on this for quite some time now. Way back here started. So I named this school Raccoon City, obviously, because I love. But I left like a whole lot of lore here too. Like there's lore to this world. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is this? That's a natural structure? That's crazy. Hang on. That's kind of wicked. Anything out of. Remember this. So. That is a. Okay, okay, so here I am. On the wrong side, but it's right over here. Okay, so this where it all began right here. I started off in this little tent. I don't know why you all are in my freaking place. You're not supposed to be able to get in here. You see all these fences and stuff? I built all this. Keep these villagers out, and they still always find a way. I don't know how. What I've done wrong. So this was my first house. Cozy. You'll see things like this all over the world. These are literally stories that I've left behind, and they're real time too. Like I wrote these stories as I was doing them. So like this everything you read in these books like actually happened to some extent or another. But yeah, this was my starting village. This was my first house. This wound up becoming my house later on. Then two special, repurposed villager house. I have made houses for all of my favorite characters, like that's Ada. You'll notice that this is Jill's house. Jill's house, you could say, is my house, even though it's technically all my house. But Jill is who I started off as, like, my character model. currently Ada. But like pretty much still was the one who built them. You got like Ashley's house, I think, yeah, right here. Leon's house, Barry's house, all kinds of stuff. Some docks over here. Or repurposed houses. I built this house. My own. This is Chris's house. Manage that. This leads down to a secret storage bed. Takes a while. I wanted to originally put a water thing down here so you could just fall right down, but I wasn't doing that. I didn't do that. We got copper golems in here. 4 of them. They're starting to oxidize. They'll probably freeze soon. I'll have to come in and scrape them. I think this place looks pretty fancy. Also, another lore book here. The big copper golem farm here. They're almost fully oxidized now. There's only 3 of these. This is the first time I built copper golems, was this place. Not much over here. I might wind up building some more things like right there and here in the future. I'm just not sure what yet. This is the only remaining original village structure that I left like untouched. Like, I did not repurpose this at all. This is the last remnant of what this village used to be like. And then here, swim down here, fall slowly and pull, big drop. I know it's hard to see, but there was water down there. Treasure room. Now, all this stuff in here was my original armor set. Like, this world started as a survival world, but after I beat the Ender Dragon, I just switched on creative and just kept going with it and just built everything I wanted to. But this was the original armor set that I had before I beat the Ender Dragon, so it's there memorialized. Got like pretty much anything you could ever need as far as this treasure room goes. Like, this is everything you could ever need. Totems, elytras, membranes, firework, every CD in the game if you're listening to music. Armor trims galore, copper, iron, emerald, gold, netherite, diamond. 2 beds over here that got a really nice view right here. I always thought that was really cool. That's the exit, but I'll show you that in a second. Originally, this was all there was. You got potion ingredients here in case you want the brewing station. But originally this was all there was, but my roommate actually, I was showing him this room not too long ago, and he suggested that I build an observer deck, like outlook this little area right here. So I did make this addition, not too walk in here, go upstairs. There's another door right here. Here's the observer deck. Really nice and cozy. Couple more beds, and you see all this stuff out here. Really nice view. It for the treasure room. You know, if you're playing in survival, you obviously can't go back the way you came, because that was like a huge drop. There's no ladders or anything. So you would take this way. Go up. All the way up here. That trap door. You're underwater, but no worries. All you gotta do is swim just right here and you're out. And that's pretty much it for the village I started in, but I figured out there's a whole nother village right beside this one. So I built this whole minecart thing to link both the villages together. Take one of these. Go straight to the next village. I might do something with the landscape on the side of this rail at some point. I've thought about it. I'm just not really too sure what to do with it at the moment, but that might be worked on. Especially that, I might put something nice right there in that water. Here we are. This took a while. This place was an absolute wreck, believe it or not, when I first got here. The terraforming on this was a pain. I do want to, like, kind of do what I did with that village over there. I want to make this, like, a whole nother special village. Not got around to do. I finished the terraforming, and I was like, I'll come back to it later. But I did build another wall here. And those lore books I've left behind, by the way, there's a point in those books where the person that was leaving them behind for so long, she went to go to this cherry biome, like her dream home. And nobody knew exactly where it was at, except for one person who was rumored to have her coordinates. So if you were to come to this village from a hint that you'll find in another book that somewhere in the actual, you'll be told to keep an eye out in this village for anything that is out of the ordinary. So like, you got two churches here, right? This one's normal, the yellow stained glass all, but this one has blue stain. So if you were to catch on to that, you go in here, notice that you're about this. Go down here. Pufferfish right there. I don't know why I put a pufferfish there, but and that book literally just has the coordinates to the cherry biome that you can find skills main house in. Up, down, back. I don't want to like cover it up completely. I feel like that might be too hard to catch on. So if you were to go all that way and you found those coordinates, then you would go way over here, right? And it's not too far, but you really wouldn't know exactly where to go in this direction unless you had those coordinates, or if you got lucky and seen the beacon. There's also like two villages, like there's one right there. There's a whole nother one straight ahead of this. And I've thought about possibly doing something with it. Maybe putting some lore for the villains of Resident Evil. Had a lot of ideas for this place. Haven't implemented them all. Now this place is kind of cool. I might do something with this random hole in the mountain one day. I thought that was cool at first, but this is where the where my builds and stuff really get good. Like it's like a whole nother world over here compared to those villages. Here's one cherry box. Next one over here. There it is. There's my beacon. Hey, welcome, Kami Kai. Welcome. How was work, bud? So here you are. This is the main house you'll find for Jill. Right there. This is where she moved to. And that's my fanciest house I've built in this world so far. Got a big kitchen table right here. Giving him a flower. Oh, I've never seen him do that before. I know he does that, but I've never caught it now. I got two cats here. Pets up there. You go up here, it's big like couch up here. Beds, TV. This balcony, there's another lore book right there. Anvil stuff. Copper golem. Oh, one of them oxidized, don't know. Him real. Excuse me. Oh, let's go ahead and oxidize him too. Good. Glad worked right for it. Now the lore book that was on top of there, right here, it'll tell you about a mega city that I had planned to build over here, and I honestly thought that I would be working on it for a long time, but I got really motivated actually today. Put a ton of work into it. But I got the idea because I was flying behind this area once and I found like this part right here. See how it's like a cove under there? That was natural. I did not make that cove myself. And I was like, dude, I gotta do something with it. So lots of terraforming and building later. Here we are. This is the mega city, my most recent thing I built in this world. Got a little copper golem area. This poor guy is oxidized too. And here is Jill's cottage. Got a pool. All this cool stuff. Chris's house right here. I mean, the interior's pretty much the same, regardless of where you go. This This is, Ada spotted. All the same side. Random little villager house I built. To like a bunch of just miscellaneous stuff. And I'll show you the inside of the nether here in a bit. This is just like a little nature place. Just to look pretty. We were not planning all this. Took a lot longer than you probably think it did. It's a bit of a pain. The little cave you can go in here, and this is like this little hangout spot just to relax by the fire and read and whatnot. Before I show you the best stuff, I'll bring you over here. This is the dock area. Park your ships here, get stocked up, fix your tools, whatever. Store your stuff. Come in here, got a couple beds, nothing special. Now, this is where the fun begins. You walk in here, you got the trash disposal, got stuff in your inventory you don't want, throw it in the lava. A little cave over here, it's like a little desert cave, beds in there. You got a little trading market right here. All kinds of different villagers to trade with. Some stairs. They lead up to a little farm area. Grow crops. Farm animals, whatnot. They lead all the way back up to the main area. And this is just like 4 little beds, you know, if someone's coming to visit. You can sleep there. A little kitchen area right there for. These are like some of my favorite things I've built here. Little miniature versions of different like biomes and stuff. This is like a mini trial chamber I built. It's really nice. Mini garden. These are some little villager apartments I built. Fit even more people in. And here is a miniature woodland mansion. Old pillager locked behind bars, the tables have turned. Blaze have got theirs in. Little mini pale forest. That creaking heart, by the way, I don't know why. I figured it would spawn him right around here inside. But no, he'll spawn right here in the water instead, like I don't know. Alright. I don't think he's gonna hurt anybody if he's really just jumping around the water. And then you got little mini nether here. I tried to like implement a little bit of everything that these different biomes have to offer. Like you'll see that right there is like what I wanted to be like part of like a bastion area. Little bits of ancient debris, crimson forests, and the nylium vines. There's some basalt on the ground. Nether fortress parts with the withers and the piglins. I tried to implement a little bit of everything into every little mini thing. There's a mini end. This is technically not done because I forgot one thing. I have to add some bulk catalyst to this place and then it will be done. I just really forgot one block. I would put a ward in there. I tried to. Oh yeah, see? On screen. Yeah, I tried to put a warden in there once, and, you know, he can't hurt you. You know, you can pedal way out here too quick for him to blast you or anything. But the sound. You can hear that warden all the way from, like, here. And it was just so loud and annoying, I just couldn't keep him. I wanted to, but I couldn't. But that is all of Mega City, pretty much, but there is a little bit more. Go into the Nether. I worry that some of my villagers might stumble into the Nether eventually. So I built this little base here, and they can't get out of these doors, because they can't pull levers. You got like a little comfy entrance into the Nether. Got about a few beds here and there, a brewing station, little kitchen area, some chests, whatnot. Pretty cozy, nether-like. For some feeling. I'm out here. Open that, close that. Same here. That's all that part. But I figured since I've already beat the game in survival, and I'd already built some things that are kind of impossible anyway, like mainly this cryo chamber box here, I thought about, well, since I placed that, and there's no way you could get that spawner or the cryo chamber thing in survival, I was like, I've kind of already screwed up, so why not just go ahead and build an end portal here too? Which should be fine though, I've already beat the game. Better. So you come down here, and you got the end portal. Couldn't make it as perfect of a replica as I would like to, because it's really hard and annoying. If I break this wall, or that wall any further, it just will leak a whole crap ton of water in here. There's not really any safe place to break and not have to deal with water. It just got so annoying, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it, no. It's good enough for me. I did forget a couple here. But yeah, I got a little bit of annoyed, so this is good enough. I'm content with how that turned out. But that is, oh, I also did build this wall here, too. Built like a little divider wall. Make it better. But now the really cool thing is, what I envisioned originally, I saw that cove and I started building on the place. Watch this. Someone comes over here in a boat, right? Hey, they're coming from way out here. They see this place. They could literally just come right around this side. Go right through this cove. Look at that. You literally just stop and dock at wherever you need to be. You dump off some trash, dock here. Need a couple beds, dock here. Trade, there. Go up to the mainland, there's one way to do it. So like you can just paddle by everything. And I thought that was like really cool. That was like what made me want to build this place, is when I saw this code. This part used to not be here. It didn't connect on both sides like this. I had to carve out this area so it would all lead back to the ocean in a half circle. I did have to tweak it like that, but I think it came out pretty good. It used to be where that warden area is. That's where the cove stopped. I had to build onto it. But this took freaking forever. But I'm really glad it's done. I had to put like a whole crap ton of torches all over this place too. And I still probably should add more on this side over here, because freaking zombies and crap keep falling all the time down here. That would mob-proof crap out of this, because I don't want them falling in the water all the time. They fall from them top ledges. I don't care about like really being too deep with this part of it either, because like a lot of people aren't gonna see up here. That should be good enough. couple more save. Yeah, that is Mega City, and probably the coolest thing I've built so far. Dump all this trash in here. And that is pretty much it. I'm not really sure what I'm wanting to work on next. Like I said, I have ideas for what I want to do with a few places here and there, but I'm just not in really any mood to deal with any of them at the current moment. I kind of just like think of ideas. I always implement the ones I think of at some point or another, but whichever one sounds most appealing to me at the time, I do those first. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you guys. I'll catch you next time on when am I hopping on DBD? Maybe later. Hit me up on Discord or something.